to dig into the arch of the foot, giving it circular motions or whatever feels good. And then I can go to the heel, again using enough pressure and using the thumb. Right. If you position yourself comfortably for your foot massages, you can take as long as it feels good. So thank you for joining me. Don't forget to breathe and happy stretching.
Royal Hustler for today. So he goes by the name of Dr. Mare. He holds a PhD and Masters of Arts in Journalism and Media Studies from Rhodes University, that is in Grahamstown, South Africa. Dr. Mare also holds a Masters of Science in Sociology and Anthropology. I'm done. And a Bachelor of Science Honors in Sociology from the University of Zimbabwe. He also holds a Diploma in Mass Communication from Harare Polytechnic School of Journalism and Media Studies. Dr. Mare currently serves as the acting HOD in the Department of Communications and Associate Professor at the University of Namibia. That is our very own, of the Namibia University of Science and Technology, formerly known as NUST. Well, which is currently known as NUS, but formerly known as Polytechnic, where he also is a lecturer. Doctor, so accomplished.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you so much for inviting me. I wish I can relate to those accomplishments, but anyway, thank you so much for that.
You're just at school, eh? Yeah. Anyway, Doctor, so much we need to get through today. Being so accomplished in terms of school, studies, tell us a bit about yourself. Where did you grow up? How was your childhood like?
Wow, thanks a lot for having me. Once again, I was born in Harare, but I was pretty much raised in a rural area, pretty much by a granny. Of course, my mom and dad were there, but they decided to, just take me to the granny.
Yeah.
And I was staying with my granny for the greater part of my childhood, pretty much around, I think, until I was around 10 years. And I think it was when I was staying with my granny that I think I got this ethic around working hard. If you want to achieve something in life, you have to work really hard for it. You also need to make sure that you have got patience, but also beyond just having patience, you also need to just focus on something that you are passionate about.
Right.
So pretty much that's where I am. In a nutshell.
In a nutshell. So you touched a bit on passion, and you mentioned that you grew up in a rural area. When you're growing up, tell us a bit about that. What was it that you wanted to achieve? What was your biggest dream when you were a young boy?
Yeah, when we were growing up in the 90s, 90s, you know what it was in the 90s. When we grew up in the 90s, pretty much when we looked at policemen with black, I want to be a policeman.
Right.
I want to wear that uniform. Pretty much that's what I wanted to be.
Yeah.
But little did I know that one day I would sit in an office and being called probably the youngest professor at NUST right now. I never thought about that, but It just happened because pretty much when, I think around when I was around 25, 26, 27, I went to an interview where one white woman said to me, "But why are you applying for this job? I think that you are pretty much called to become an academic. I feel like you are an academic."
Yeah.
And from that interview, I decided that I was not going to apply for any other job. I would just pursue academics. And pretty much she changed my whole trajectory of life. That's what I would say.
Wow, which really shows with all of your accomplishments. In addition to that, we as young people, this whole notion of doing things on the side, within the ambit of what we're pursuing. Did you have a side hustle? Do you have a side hustle, or do you consider yourself even one that could dabble in side hustles at all?
Wow, thanks. I do have a side hustle, but I just want to say that it was by accident that I got into this side hustle.
Disclaimer.
Pretty much, it was pretty much by accident.
Right.
It was I think when I was the first job that I got when I finished university. I got a job as a public relations manager, and I was very young. I think I was around 23, 24 thereabout.
Wow. Okay.
And when I got the job, I think I just served there for about 2 weeks, and then I got a scholarship to do my masters, and I had to make a decision whether to continue to do my master's or to continue working, and I decided to leave the job and go to school.
Right.
And when I did that, the person that I was working for in this NGO, she said, no, I want to take you as a consultant. And that's how I got into consultants. This is by accident in many ways.
Right.
So ever since then, I've been doing a lot of consultancies on the side. And pretty much now, that's when I'm trying to babysit this passion of mine in consultants, try to make sure that I separate myself, create a side business that can actually stand on its own, not attached to my own brand name, because I want that kind of, that kind of separation. That's
a very, very unique entrepreneurial style of doing things, because it's a lot of entrepreneurs are very personality businesses.
True.
I want to find out from you, do you think it's for young people, is side hustles almost becoming something that we need to do, or just become, or things that are just becoming very automatic for us in this time? Things are quite difficult with COVID, where the world is headed to, technology, everything, geopolitics. As young people, are we supposed to have side hustles?
We should, and we must attempt to make sure that we develop our passions into something that is monetizable. I always believe that you need to make money out of your passion. If you can't make money out of your passion, then suddenly you are in the wrong space, or pretty much you don't exist on earth, because on earth, passion is the only thing that can actually give you money.
Right.
Anything else, probably you do it just because you want to get money.
Right.
But passion, even if you don't get paid for it, you can still do it. And you still have this energy within you to say, okay, let me do it. For me, it's writing. I'm passionate about writing. I'm passionate about content production. I'm passionate about creating new knowledge for Africans. Pretty much that's
what motivates you on a daily basis.
I've always said to my students, one thing that motivates me is that I've seen that us Africans, we are good at downloading content, but we are not good at uploading content. So every day when I wake up, I want to upload content, which means I need to produce content and put it out there, either in book form or either on the online platforms. So it's about producing new knowledge, producing new content. That's what drives.
What is the most fulfilling aspect of your work?
Wow, thanks again. For me, it's about seeing students being empowered, seeing students coming out of the college and doing great things. For me, every time when I supervise a student and I see the student getting a cum laude or getting into the world of work and breaking new barriers, for me, that's what pushes me, because I see I'm developing new human capital for Africa, but also I'm changing people's lives, because education is very transformational. It's unlike any other pursuit. Education, you can see transformation in people's lives. You can see that this person came, and through the system, now they are this. So it's something. Is the successes of a teacher can easily be seen, and also the failures of the teacher can also be seen.
Right.
Unlike other professions where you can't measure that, but for us, you can measure it, because you can see, you can track the trajectory of our students.
Yeah.
Yes.
I want to put you on the spot quick, fast, Doctor, if I may. There are a lot of stories that we hear of individuals, and yes, granted, or to be fair, these are from Western societies. Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, your Bill Gates. Some of them dropped out of university to pursue, their passions, as it were.
True.
And they're considered to be one of the most successful people in the world today.
True.
How do we reconcile that way of doing things to the way you have done things, in a way that, if I want to maintain a good academic record, so that I can be a successful whatever person in the future, is there a disconnect, or is it one and the same things, or should somebody really be? Basically, what I'm trying to find out from you is, how do you fail-proof tips, or give us a couple of fail-proof tips for maintaining a good academic record, with keeping in mind what is going on the other side?
Awesome. Let me say that for me, I would say success is relative. I would say Zuckerberg in his pursuit is very successful. Elon Musk is also very successful. Probably myself in my own pursuit, I'm also very successful. But what I would want to say is that at the end of the day, it's about what you value. What do you value? Do you value making a lot of money, or do you value creating a better society, or creating a society in which people have got a fair chance at life?
Yeah.
And I think those are the issues that we really need to look at. For me, what I would say my fail-proof tips would say, for me, if you want to achieve something in life, passion is number one. Hard work is very important. Be consistent at doing something that you're doing, but also above all, make sure that you always have role models, that mentors that are around you that can always give you that push, because life will throw bricks at you. People will mock your hustle.
Yeah.
People will look at it, look down on you. But at the end of the day, you must know what is it that you want to, what you want to get out of life.
But doctor, can't I make a lot of money and also still change my society or for the better?
It depends. But most of the time, the pursuit of money, sometimes people pursue money beyond just looking at equitable distribution of resources. Sometimes It's about my money.
Yes.
I don't care what else people are going through. So I think at the end of the day, we should be trying to transform society and make it a better society. For me, that's what really drives me. A better society, a society where everybody has got a fair chance at life. For me, that's good.
You are a lecturer at NUST. So looking at the NUST communication department at the moment, what are some of the exciting projects happening there? Just briefly, because we are running out of time.
Awesome. So right now we are busy recurriculating and also doing a lot of curriculum development. We've got new exciting programs. We are looking at introducing PhD programs. We are looking at introducing a master in communication very soon. So we're doing a lot of things and looking at the market and seeing new opportunities for our graduates actually to get the right kind of qualifications for this kind of society, because we are pretty much living in a transformed society where qualifications must also match what we are teaching.
Right. Doctor, finally, what are some of your hopes for the future of media in Southern Africa?
I hope we'll be able to tap into existing technologies. We also need to tap into the kinds of environment where we are. So we need to produce new kinds of content that resonates with our audiences, but also we need to make sure that ultimately the media space must also be free so that journalists and other people that work in it can actually thrive. That's what I hope for.
Yeah. I hope for the same thing, Doctor. Thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate sharing your words and just coming through and talking to us about your life and the hopes and aspirations for Southern Africa.
Thank you so much.
That was Dr. Admire Mare, who holds a PhD and Masters of Arts in Journalism and Media Studies. He's currently the acting HOD in the Department of Communication and Associate Professor at the Namibia University of Science and Technology. Thank you very much, Doctor.
La Liga.
This is a tough one for Barca.
If you love the beautiful game, then prepare to be swept off your feet by the fanciest footwork to ever grace your screen.
Oh, straight down the middle, absolute stunner. What a goal that is!
For football played with love, tune in to Super Sport La Liga and make every game a home game for you and your family. Get and stay connected to GoTV to get home ground advantage all day, every day. GoTV. Love it.
Every Saturday at 7 p.m., you can stay true to Namibia sounds with the Valentine's True Music Sessions. Only on 99 FM. Stay tuned. Stay true. There's no wrong way. Valentine's. Not for sale to persons under the age of 18. Drink responsibly.
So, it's just the two of us. Can't beat this.
Beat this?
Oh, hey.
You can't beat the Champions League.
Europa League, La Liga, Serie A,
And the Premier League.
All 380 matches of it, with its own dedicated Super Sport channel, Maji.
Get a HD decoder, dish kit, and 1 month of DSTV compact for only 1,099 Namibian dollars.
Oh hi, let me tell you why you should download the 99FM app. It's 99FM in your pocket, on the go, wherever you are. Never miss your favorite show or song ever again. Now with live streaming only using 14 megabytes per hour, you can stream all day without worrying about your data. Also, you can stream while using other apps on your phone. How convenient is that? Available for free on all mobile devices. Download it now. 99FM, your inspiration station.
34 minutes past 7 o'clock on 99 FM. It's time for us to go on our daily grind with our Royal Hustler, brought to you by the Namibia Trade Directory. Earlier on, I told you my guest for this morning was crowned Miss Namibia 2010 and became one of the top 25 semi-finalists in Miss World 2010. From modeling to theater, dance, and in between dominating the Namibian movie screen as an award-winning lead actress. Ladies and gents, I'm joined by Odile Gertse. Good morning and thank you so much for joining me.
Good morning. Thank you for having me and thank you for that introduction.
Well, yeah.
It's like, it's the pick-me-up I needed today. Yes.
Oh, man. Welcome to the show, my dear. Thank you so much for coming through. I've actually never thought that I'd actually have an opportunity to interview you.
Look who's talking.
I was dreaming this one. When you won Miss Namibia, I was like, yeah, man, we got to get that girl in. I was like, just out of reach.
Well, that was 10 years ago. Your faith is strong.
I don't give up. I knew one day she's going to be able to talk to me.
Okay, now, will you wish $1 billion for each of us now?
Absolutely. Let's receive and take it in, and I hope our listeners are on the same tip as well this morning.
I don't mind waiting 10 years for that.
No,
it's fine.
Yeah,
it's
$1 billion in 10 years.
It's a happy ending.
Let's get to know you a bit, Odile. Our Royal Hustlers is about celebrating the what made you who you are today.
All right.
Let's start with your background, where you were raised and where you were born.
Well, born and raised in Namibia. My mom's from Rehoboth, dad's from Okahania, so I spent my time in between both, all three town cities. And I am a full Namibian child through and through, although it's quite shameful, if I might say, because I take pride in the fact that I'm such an exotic Namibian cocktail.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, I got some bastard in there, some Dambra, a little bit of German, but do I speak the languages? No. That's a crying shame.
There's time to learn, and I'm sure that somewhere you're making a plan.
I'm making some time.
Yeah,
I am taking some lessons. I will not announce which lessons because I don't want people stopping me in the street and saying, say this, say that, because I'll probably do that to you.
And when we're done, I'll give you a couple of words that you can use throughout the day today.
Yes, please.
So tell us about going to school. Where did you school? And
Well, pre-primary. No, let's not give my age away because that school it's like closed down and everything. Primary school, Emma Wiggenhout, primary school, and then Windhoek High School. And I went to Cape Town, or basically Stellenbosch, to go do my studies in fashion design, Elizabeth Galloway Fashion Academy. It was a hectic 3 years, but it really opened up doors for me and forced me to grow up. I know, those first 3 years of uni,
so low and
so humbling.
Yeah.
I'm sure a few parents can probably agree, or if you're at my age, you'll probably see yourself thinking you knew everything back then, and then you go out into the real world, and that's where it humbles you.
Yeah.
So it was a wonderful opportunity. I came back, Miss Namibia, and it just took off from there. And you know what? As you explained it. Films, theater, traveling.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
What did you dream of becoming as a young girl? Growing up, did you have your mind set already that fashion design is what you wanted to do? But was there something else that you had in your heart, maybe?
I always jumped between. There was a part of me that wanted to work in corporate because I just loved the power suits. That's it. But then. My mom could already tell that I'm a natural performer, and I'm a performer through and through. I'm an artist. So I wanted to be everything and nothing. And then when common sense hit and I realized, okay, you know what? You're going to be an adult. You're going to need to pay for your things. You're going to have to buy food. So you need to maybe think this through and decide what you want to be. And since I've always been dancing majority of my life, always on the move, I thought that having my own dancing school would be ideal.
Yeah.
So that was always in my dreams.
Yeah.
But it works out perfectly, since I'm also acting, I can be almost anything I want to be. So I guess I did grow up to be what I wanted to be.
Absolutely. Anything.
Yeah.
You are now the brand ambassador for Kondwana Collections Namibia.
Yes.
What an amazing opportunity to travel the land you love.
This is
the world.
I am so, I don't mean to speak ill of myself, but I'm so spoiled.
Wow.
This job is incredible. It's a blessing. Working for Kondwana Collection Namibia is, It's definitely something I didn't ask for, but I'm grateful that I have it, and I encourage every Namibian to travel this country.
Yeah. Your motivation, the why, that thing that drives you and it gets you excited about being in the spaces that you find yourself in. What is that, and where does it come from?
Oh gosh. Well, sometimes I've been struggling with that because depression is a real thing.
Yeah.
And you realize sometimes, I'm one of those people that also struggle from imposter syndrome, where you think, I've worked so hard, is this all that I can attain? And then you realize that you're either dreaming too big or you're listening to the wrong people, and then you say, no, Odile, there's no such thing as dreaming too big. If your dreams aren't big enough, if your dreams don't scare you, they're not big enough. So my motivation is to find out why I was born, why I'm here, my purpose. What on earth am I here for? We should all read that book. It's brilliant. And I do believe that I should be a mommy one day, but I'm still waiting for that husband. So at this time, I'm just focusing on my work and focusing on how I can be a positive influence and be a positive change to someone else.
And strengthening the Odile Gertz brand, and we see that happening every day. Like I mentioned earlier, it was a gorgeous picture of you in the Republican and the Namibian Sun yesterday.
Oh, yes, I have to thank Ndwana Collection for that opportunity. If I may tell our listeners about it, yes, in Aus, or near Kleinhaus Vista in the south of Namibia, every July and August, depending on our winter range, you can experience these incredible winter blossoms. I'm going to take you with next year.
You guys heard that, okay?
I'm going to take you with. You know what? Take this recording, send it to me, put it in a diary. It's going to happen.
Awesome. Success, Odile, what does it mean to you, if it means anything at all?
Success. It's more about the legacy you leave behind, the positive change, there are so many different cultures, traditions, ethnicities, orientations. So it's so easy for me to say, you know what, guys, live your life this one way. But that theory and those rules that I live by is based on my experience, on my history, on the fact that I'm colored, on the fact that I'm a woman. So the advice I can give you will hopefully work for you, but you should also take it with a pinch of salt and see what can work for you and lift it up from there. But I believe the fundamental rule that works for every human being is treat others the way you want it to be treated. Kill with kindness if we must kill, but also leave a legacy that you would be proud of and the people around you would be proud of.
Now, you are thriving in the spaces of social as well as the art scene here in the land of the brave.
I still sometimes think I'm an extrovert when the occasion calls for it, like right now, but I'm still an introvert.
Yes. And occasionally express both sides in your thing that you do. Are you excited about Namibia from where you stand, how far you've come in your career, looking into the future of our arts and social and cultural scenes, and yourself in this space, the land of the brave?
Oh, let me tell you something. I love this country. I really do. Of course, my career it offers me different opportunities to travel abroad and walk through open doors that I never thought were possible. But the reality of the fact is I will always come back. I will always come back to Namibia. Like every country, we have our problems, we have our struggles, and we have our challenges. But that does not take away from the fact that we are powerful, we are a force, and we are just breathtaking. Our people, our landscape, our history. I love this country. So, yeah.
I don't even want to outro that. I just want to play a song that love this country.
I know.
Thank you so much.
Let's bring up a Namibian artist, Viva Namibia. Yes.
Thank you so much. I think that there's just so much more to learn from you, even as young Namibians who are listening out there, and just your determination and the fact that as a woman you've got things you gotta do still.
We got things we need to get the things done.
Absolutely. And we look forward to just your future, ma'am.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thriving the spaces as well. Thank you so much. much. That's the voice of former Miss Namibia 2010, Odile Khatse, who is currently, like I mentioned, dominating in the arts, social, as well as cultural scene here in the land of the brave. Tell us a bit about herself. Did you ever think that she wanted to be a corporate someday, maybe in her suit and so on? Did you ever think? And very importantly, she's mentioned that if your dreams aren't big enough, or if your dreams don't scare you, they're not big enough. Don't listen to the saboteur inside. Rise above all that. What a beautiful interview it was. You can stay tuned to our social media and catch up with it there a little bit later on. But for now, let's get back into the music. T was Savage alongside Wizkid and Spells with this song called Malo on 99.
This week on It's a Wrap.
I'm sure our government were also trying to do the best they could. I wish I could say that more convincingly, because I don't always really believe that, and nor do most of the people on the street these days. 4 or 5 years ago, maybe, but more recently, the money that was supposed to support businesses, individuals, people that are struggling for food, that was there. I know how much we paid over the last years in various forms of taxes and all the other businesses from my industry. So that for me was a bit of a disappointment. I think there should have been more support.
Innovation in Cote d'Ivoire that allows people to carry their personal and medical data on them in the form of jewelry.
Do I actually have to come for every single antenatal clinic? Because those things are tiring.
Thereafter, we have the answers to the 5 frequently asked questions on maternal health on our weekly segment 5 Under 5. We also find out what exactly goes on in an intensive care unit and the crushing stress that comes with it. But first, what do you do if your baby is choking? We hear the untold stories of what could happen when a baby's choking gets serious and goes unattended.
On the Gold Coast of West Africa lies the peaceful and diverse nation of Ghana. I'm pretty close right now to the geographical center of the Earth. It is also one of the last pockets for elephants in the wilds of West Africa.
Every country in the world just about has cattle, sheep, goats, horses, donkeys. But it's only Africa that has the real megafauna, the charismatic stuff which people in the rest of the world want to see.
The passion that the staff have for the job.
There's value to a bird which brings birders to a place like this. I mean, this is a birding paradise. We see an intrinsic appreciation and joy from seeing the wildlife out here, but not everybody does.
You can't get to Moli and then will not be passionate about what we do, because you'll be the only one left. Everybody is passionate.
The only worthwhile war, the war against destruction, the war against loss, the war for peace, for balance, for inclusion.
It is out of my way. Buffaloes, elephants, tigers, atabi are still in existence.
If Mole fails, then Ghana is without wildlife.
Join me as we journey to the untamed wilderness of northern Ghana to meet these last defenders.
The people within the law enforcement agencies don't really know. You're talking about a roan antelope. Somebody thinks it's just like a goat.
Look, our beds is coming out. Hey! We are going to sleep under the stars tonight, people. Wow! Para sa vlog, guys. We are gonna sleep under the stars. You're gonna check it out tonight. For sure.
I did this last time I was here. It
Yeah?
was a little windy, but I had my beanie on, blankets wrapped, everything. It was divine, and the moon was stunning.
We must definitely.
Definitely, yeah. Sleep under the stars.
Okay,
I'm in the male toilet right now. Look at this. Look at this. Awesome. What happened?
So
They crashed the drone?
I flew it into the mountain.
Oh,
it's good.
It's good.
It's good. The verdict. It's good. It's good.
The whole vision was to create something which appeals to everybody in the world, not only to foreign tourists but also to Namibians. And that is why we have a Gondwana card that makes it more affordable for Namibians to come and visit us.